Okay, picture this. You're the coach of an NFL team. You're down by 2 scores with a minute left, no timeouts, and have to drive the full length of the field to score. What do you do in this situation? Do you A, take out all the starters and put in the backups, B, run the clock down and concede the loss, or do you C, take a few crazy shots down the field to potentially win the game? If you pick C, you're wrong, because, well, the correct answer was actually D, force feed your best players trying to dink and dunk your way down the field with no time left in a semi-meaningless regular season game. Well, anyway, you may not have picked that option, but Bucs head coach Todd Bowles did, and now he could be without his 2 best receivers for a long period of time. So let's get into why this was without a doubt the worst coaching decision this year. Coming into this game, Chris Godwin was flying. I had no idea how good this guy had been this season until I watched a few previews for the game. Through 6 weeks, he was the #1 wide receiver in fantasy football with over 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's had 200 plus yard games, and his lowest total was 53 yards against the Broncos with a healthy Pat Surtain. So far after now 7 games, Chris Godwin has more yards than in his 16 games his rookie season. But that was a while ago now. Chris Godwin's been in the league since 2017, and he's put up 4,000 yard seasons, and was more than on pace to do it again this year. Well, that was until this Week 7 clash against the Baltimore Ravens at home. On Monday night, prime time, the Ravens steamrolled the Bucs after a slow start, and the lead got out to as far as 34-10 going into the 4th quarter. The Bucs score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion with 11 minutes left in the 4th to cut the lead to 16. Before the Ravens answer back with a Derrick Henry touchdown drive to extend the lead back up to 23 with 6.5 minutes left. By the way, Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson are putting up insane MVP-like numbers. Honestly, one of them has to walk away with the award at the end of the year. Mark my words. Anyway, at this point, down 23 points, 6.5 left. I would concede, honestly. Put in the backups, let them play out the game, maybe run the ball a few more times with the starters, and then send them to the locker room to recover for the next game. You've got a big clash coming up, a rematch against the Falcons, so why would you risk it? Well, Bowles didn't do that. Instead, they play for the win. Okay, I can understand, and it does work. It's the Bucs score, but then they recover the onside kick, score again, then fail the next 2-point conversion, and don't get the ball back until there's about a minute left in the game. So they've cut the lead to 10, which will make the scoreboard look better. The box score watchers will think it was a close game. Now just wrap it up, run the clock down, take the starters out, and
bring the house on. Here's Godwin for a first down.
It's devastating for him, for the Bucs, and really the whole NFL community. The severity of the injury seems pretty bad too. It looks like Godwin's season is well and truly over. You just got a feel for the guy. He's been here before, unfortunately. The worst part about this injury is it was preventable. After Godwin goes down, the Bucs still throw the ball and gain a few more garbage time yards, probably so Bowles can justify his dumb decision. It's honestly just beyond me why you'd risk the health of your stud players when the game is clearly over. Now, in Bowles' post-game interview, he implies it was a team decision for the starters to remain in the game and play for the win. Yeah, well, you're the head coach. You're meant to weigh up the risk-reward of leaving the starters in, and in this situation, with a minute left down by 10, there's nearly no chance you win anyway. It's a regular season game, and whilst, yes, they're all important, it's not the Super Bowl. Your season's not over if you lose this week. Bank the starters. The risk of leaving them in is exactly what happened, and yet Bowles tries to insinuate it was a regular football injury, and
it happens in football.
Yeah, well, guess what wouldn't have happened if you take him out of the game? Oh yeah, your wide receiver 1 would still have his foot attached to his ankle. Now, looking more broadly, yes, Godwin is just one player, and whilst he is the heartbeat of the team, according to Baker Mayfield, however, that other receiver, Mike Evans, is dealing with a hamstring problem and left the game due to tweaking his hamstring earlier in the game. He's expected to be out until at least the bye, so now Tampa has to go without Godwin and Evans for a few weeks. See, whilst the decision in the vacuum, I mean, it's still bad, but it's not as bad. And I can understand that it was a freak accident injury, and you could expect it on every play because that's just how the NFL works. You have to look at the whole situation and go, yeah, maybe it's best we take out the starters and start preparing for next week. Instead, now the Bucs have lost their 2 top receivers for a good stretch of time. Now, other than that, there is some more controversy attached to the injury. The Ravens linebacker Roquan Smith is being investigated for the hit.
This just in on CBS Sports HQ. The NFL is reviewing Roquan Smith's tackle of Chris Godwin.
In this particular angle, it is hard to tell if it has every element of a hip drop tackle.
Look, it's pretty hard to tell, to be honest. As a Ravens fan, I'm probably biased, but I don't think Roquan did anything particularly wrong here. However, again, you just can't tell. It would only be a fine anyway, so Smith wouldn't miss any games, but it will be interesting to see nonetheless. Either way, no one was at fault for this injury. It was a freak occurrence all round, and it's just one of the sad things about football. Anyone can get injured on any play. Just hurts more for Bucs fans who can't have to think. Could have been avoided. But what do you think? Did Bowles make the right call? Was it a hip drop tackle? Let me know in the comments, and if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to see more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.